Okay. Hello, guys. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sai Krishna. I'm going to host this session. Today, in this session, I'm going to explain you about the Jira tool. So, before understanding about the Jira tool, we have to understand the few terminologies about the Agile Scrum model for better understanding of the Jira tool. So today our agenda is first we have to understand about the SDLC and then after that we have to understand the agile methodology. Then after that we have to understand the what is Scrum. Then after that and we are going to how to download the Jira software in our Jira is a open source software. So how we use the Jira software and how we create this Jira in the project management. So everything we'll learn in this session. So the first one is the SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. SDLC is a process methodology framework followed for a software project within a software organization. So what does it mean is software companies, like most of the software industries, will use the software development life cycle to build a software application. So for example, if you are doing one exam, so before writing an exam we have a structured plan, right? First we have to read the answers, and first we have to follow the related content, then after that we have to write the exam. Same in the software companies also. The software companies will follow the one software development life cycle. It's a process, it's a framework to build the software applications, and it consists of a detailed plan like describing how to develop and how to maintain and how to replace and alter enhancement of specific software. So it consists of a detailed plan describing and how to plan and develop of the software application. So everything will be planned as an structure way. And the life cycle defines a methodology for improving the quality of the software and the overall the development process. So what does it mean is will help to improve the quality of the building a software applications. So the software development life cycle, it's a framework to help the improving the quality of the software building application. It's a structure manner, it's a structure plan to build the application. uh, Everything will be the plan to build a software application. This is the SDLC. It's a brief. I don't want to deep into this in this session. So because of we are learning about the Jira session, for your understanding, I will just give a brief about the SDLC. Then after that, the Scrum. What is Scrum? Scrum is a framework for the project management that emphasizes. Guys, can you all hear my voice or breaking?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is a Scrum? A Scrum is a framework for project management that emphasizes the teamwork, accountability, and iterative progress towards a well-defined goal. Here, the project management, Scrum is a framework. I will show you in the moving slide also. And it emphasizes, the term emphasizes means is the special importance of the collaboration of the teams. A special importance of the team of the collaboration. The good part of the agile methodology is it's a continuous collaboration with the teams and to deliver the sprint. In each sprint we have, and the quality, we have to build the quality of the product. The good part of this agile methodology is to continuous collaborate with the teams. The scrum master will collaborate with the development in the development will collaborate with the scrum master. The scrum master will collaborate with the product owner. Everything with a collaboration work in this agile methodology. Scrum is a framework. See, the teamwork, accountability, and iterative progress towards a well-defined goal. So it's a completely teamwork. It's a completely collaborative of the works of the each team in the Scrum framework. See, this is the Scrum framework. This is the Agile Scrum framework. So Agile is a methodology that follows the Agile manifesto, like 4 values and 12 principles. Scrum is a framework. That's the reason we are called the Agile Scrum. Scrum is a framework, but Agile methodology will follow the 4 values and 12 principles. See, this is the Scrum framework. So see, initially when the before starting the product owner, see the the product owner will gather the all the requirements. Here the features are requirements, sometimes we call as an user stories also. These are all the features. Product backlog, what do you mean by the product backlog? Product backlog is nothing but the collection of the requirements. Here the requirements we call as an user stories. See here the product owner will gather the all the requirements and pulled into this product backlog. Guys, please remember the meaning of the product backlog is the product backlog is a collection of the all the requirements. For example, my requirement to login, sign up, admin, whatever the requirements I have.
Sir, is there any difference between features and user story?
No. But in the terms of the when we are talking about in the general generic way, so we are talking about the features. But in the general, when we are using the Jira tool, we are going to use the user story. There is no difference between the feature and user story. Both are the same.
Okay.
Yes. Then after gathering the all the requirements into the product backlog, guys, all these other content is not important for the Jira tool, but for your understanding, I'm just explaining the Scrum framework here. Initially the product owner will gather the all the requirements and pulled into this product backlog. Please remember the product backlog is a collection of the requirements. Then after all the gather the requirement, initially the sprint planning meeting. In this sprint planning meeting, the team in the sense the product owner, scrum master, development team, these this team will all discuss with the which user stories we want to start the first, what is the importance of the particular user story. So how to discuss in this sprint planning meeting by using the Masco technique. We are going to prioritize the requirements here. See, these are all the requirements here. Whatever the requirements we want to start the first. For example, I want to start with the first sign up, login, admin page. So first I'm going to prioritize these requirements here in this sprint planning meeting. So in this sprint planning meeting, the product owner, scrum master, development team, SME will involve and discuss with the which feature we want to start. Then after that, in this sprint backlog, sprint backlog, sprint is a short time box period. So here when a scrum team works to complete a set of work, whatever the prioritization of the requirements, so all these prioritization requirements will be pulled into this sprint backlog. See here total is the 15 features. See here the total here is the 3 user stories. Because of these are the 3 important user stories will be moved into the sprint backlog. If you want to start a sprint, make sure you have to add the minimum 3 user stories into a sprint. Guys, don't confuse here. Features, sprint requirements, everything is same. For your understanding, I am just call it the user story.
Sir, can you repeat? Hello.
See, initially the product owner will gather the all
Sir,
the.
can you please speak a little bit slow? That it is a very fast.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, right.
Okay. Initially the product owner will gather the all the requirements into this product backlog. See, the product backlog is a collection of all the requirements. Okay. Product backlog is all the collection of the requirements. After collecting all the requirements in the sprint planning meeting, the product owner, scrum master, development team, SME will prioritize the requirements by using the Masco technique. So prioritize the requirements is nothing but which user stories I want to start the first. For example, total in this user stories, the total 15 user stories will be there. I don't know the which user stories is important for that. So first in this sprint planning meeting, the team, I will discuss with the team like product owner, scrum master and development team. In the sprint planning meeting, I'm going to prioritize and I select the few user stories. Then that few user stories will be moved into the sprint backlog. In the sprint backlog, first I want to start with the 3 user stories. Then after that, I will start the sprint. See, here the sprint is start. The duration of the sprint in the most of the software industries is 2 weeks. This is the 2 weeks of the sprint. See, here the in this sprint, after starting the sprint, daily we have a daily stand-up meeting and a sprint log update. In this daily stand-up meeting, whatever the work we have to complete in the each day. So this is the sprint burn-down chart. This sprint burn-down chart will prepare by the scrum master. Then after that, this is a product backlog refinement. After completing this one sprint, so in this product backlog refinement meeting, so what are the next user stories we want to move into this sprint backlog? So in the sprint backlog refinement, we have to decide that in the sprint backlog refinement. Then after that, sprint review meeting. In the sprint review meeting, after completing the each sprint, so in the sprint review meeting, the product in the sprint review meeting, the product owner, the scrum master, the development team, everyone be involved in the sprint review meeting. In the sprint review meeting, the product owner will review the all the whatever the sprint we have to complete it till now. So because of the here, the product owner is the responsible for the all the project, because he is the decision maker of the project.
In a small project, Scrum Master and Product Owner are the same person?
But same, because but here the team size is reduced. But in the small project, the team in the small project, the team size would be the less. For example, in this only the product owner, scrum master, and 2 developers. In the big project, the mostly the scrum size is 8 to 10 members. Here the roles and responsibilities of the product owner and scrum master is the product owner will the decision maker of this all the project. Here the scrum master roles and responsibilities here, the scrum master will facilitate the all the meetings, and the scrum master liaison between this the product owner and development team to continuous collaboration with the requirements with the development team.
Can we say that product owner are the responsible for product backlog, or is Scrum Master are the responsible for
No, no,
sprint backlog?
The product owner is responsible for the product backlog.
And Scrum Master is for sprint backlog?
No. Everyone is responsible for, but the scrum master is the facilitate the all the meetings, and the scrum master will continuous collaboration with the product owner and the development team.
So can't we say that sprint backlog is wholesale in charge as Scrum Master?
No. In the sprint backlog, after starting the sprint, the scrum master is also responsible for the sprint backlog. So everyone is responsible for the sprint backlog.
But what is
Product
the
owner also?
Yes,
What is the
product.
what is the difference between the product owner's work and Scrum Master's work?
Here the product owner is the decision maker. For example, if you are starting the one sprint, if you want to start in the sprint planning meeting, which user stories you want to start the first, this will be decided by the product owner. The product owner will give the BV value, business value, for that particular user story, and the remaining the development team will give the CP value, complexity point. Complexity point here is the availability of the team, the complexity of the particular user story to be calculated. The BV value will give the product owner, the CP value give the development team. Okay, in the sprint planning meeting. Then after that, whatever the prioritize the requirements, we are moving to the sprint backlog. After that, the sprint will be start.
And what is the exact role of Scrum Master then?
That's what I'm saying, right? The scrum master will facilitate all the meetings here, and the scrum master will the responsible for the continuous collaboration with development team and product owner. And the scrum master will help if you are doing, when you are doing the project, if you have any impediments. Here the impediment is the obstacles. If you are facing any difficulties when the developing the application, so at that time the scrum master will help you that reduce the issues.
Okay, so in many meetings, it is possible that the product owner and Scrum Master could be the same person.
No. In the daily stand-up meeting, the product owner will not involve. If the any user stories is facing the difficulties, at that time the product owner will be involved. But in the regular basis, the Scrum Master and development team involved in this daily stand-up meeting.
And in a sprint planning meeting, product owner is involved in that or not?
Yes, he is the main. He is the main person.
Okay.
And this product owner is the IT company's person or client's person?
Sorry.
IT company's person or a client's person?
Client.
Product owner, no?
Yes.
Okay.
The product
What is
owner,
the difference? What is the difference between Scrum Master and business analyst?
No, sometimes the companies will instead of the business analyst, you have to use the agile methodology as a Scrum Master. Okay. But the roles and responsibilities are same. But when we are coming to the agile project, we are going to call as a Scrum Master.
Sir, your voice is very low.
Who is that?
Kalyani here, sir.
Yeah, Kalyani. Everyone is here. My voice, Kalyani. Can you please check your internet connection?
My internet connection is but your voice is very low.
Kalyani, we are all able to hear his voice very clearly. Please check your
Yes,
audio.
I am also
Okay,
able to
okay,
hear
okay,
very
okay,
clearly.
okay.
Sai, hi Sai, Sangeeta here.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, guys. Just listening to the session, guys. My sincere request is, so guys, just a second, guys. I feel that we are kind of concentrating more on the Scrum methodology than the Jira tool itself, guys. So my recommendation is, let's concentrate on the tool.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Yes,
Yeah, actually I muted myself. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you is, let's concentrate more towards the Jira tool, because it's a huge session that we need to take care of. He's just started off with the Scrum and Agile terminologies, guys, just to make sure the Jira is not very unknown to you. So my recommendation is, whatever Scrum or Agile questions that you're asking can be cleared by reading your workbook or also looking at the recordings. And we all have doubt clarification session, right? Even there also you can get them cleared. So my recommendation is, please let the trainer go to the main important tool and extract, because I'm sure there's a lot of information to learn from Jira. Here we are only stuck in what is the role of a business analyst, what is the role of a scrum master, who is a product. All can be cleared in your doubt clarification session, right? So hope you understand this. Then let's get in. Let's not deviate from the topic, guys. Okay, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Can you
so
continue
much.
this session? Ma'am, can you continue this
No.
Yes, yes.
He will. Yeah.
Hello.
Go ahead, Sai.
Okay. Guys, now we are going to use the Jira tool and how to download the Jira tool and what is the Jira tool, how to understand about the Jira tool. So Jira is a bug tracking software created for implementing the practice of the project management. Atlassian company produced by the Jira. So basically the Jira is produced by the Atlassian company to track the, to manage the project, to track these bugs, everything in this Jira tool. But everything we learned in this Jira tool. Then how to download this Jira tool, everything I will show you in the practically. So first I will show you in the slides here. First, how to download Jira. So first we have to search in the Google for the Jira software download. Then after that, click on this first link. Click on the download Jira software server Atlassian. Then after that, we haven't get it free. We can just simply click on the get it free. Then after that, we have to select the Jira service management. I will explain in the by practically also. Then after, you have to give your site name and you have to give your work email and your personal emails also. Then after, they have the time here. Then here I will show you how to use the Jira tool, everything in the by opening this Jira tool. Guys, can you all see my screen?
yes, I. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we can see.
If you want to download the Jira tool, first you have to type the Jira free download. Then after that, you have to just click on the free Jira software Atlassian.
Sir, can we process with you right now?
No. After completing the recording is available. After that, we have to practice in this our systems. Okay, this is a recording session because of we are not able to then the live session practice. So after completing that, we have to practice in our system. Okay.
Yeah.
The recording is also available in the library section. You can we open that library section. You can get the recording also. Okay. Guys, after just typing the Jira free download, then after that, you have to just click on the first link, Jira free software Atlassian. So before coming to this page, so we have an email. Like if you are not registered into the Jira, first you have to register with your Jira. with your mail ID. Then after that, this page will become, because of here I already registered into the Jira tool. So that's the reason this page is coming here. So if you're not able to register into the Jira tool, you are the first time. So in the first time users, we have the mail ID. Just you can simply give your work email, then automatically you can register into this Jira application. Guys, now here the two option will be there. The both Confluence and Jira Service Management. Both Confluence and Jira Service Managements are the Atlassian product suite. For example, we have an Microsoft Office suite like MS Word, PowerPoint, all the Excel, right? So same in this Atlassian product suite also we have an Confluence and Jira Service Management. So what does it mean, the Confluence? A Confluence is a documentation tool. It is designed for the software documentation tool. It's completely when we are doing that some documentation in the project, right? Every project we have and some documents. So at that time we are going to use this as a Confluence. This Confluence is completely for the documentation tool. You can use this Confluence to set up your internal knowledge base, like to create an employee handbook, notes. If you want to write any, if you want to maintain any documents, everything will be in this Confluence. And coming to the Jira Service Management, Jira Service Management is primary focusing it's on issue tracking, and that can be integrated with each other using the user stories. So in this session, we are going to use the Jira Service Management. By using the Jira Service Management, we are going to create the sprints and user stories. So if you want to start the Jira Service Management, so I just simply click on the select here. Then after that, I simply selected the next. See, already I have in my work email. So everyone, if you can use your personal emails also. So here I will give an sample name, my site name. Here I will just example, I will give an example random name. So I will give some name or numbers, and you can use the number or name. See, your site, you can use the any random name here. Then after that, I simply click on the agree. Guys, wait for the 2 seconds here. This time is loading here. Okay, guys, after opening that, help us to set up your Jira software. This is an, you can skip this one. If you want to new, just you can simply click on the new to. If you are experienced, you can say simply click on the experience, but I don't want to all this one. So I just simply skip this one. Then after that, here the create project. This Atlassian company it's a predefined automatically recommended the Kanban. But in this session, we are going to discuss about this Scrum. So I just simply click on this Scrum. See here the Scrum. If you want to change this Kanban bug tracking, you can simply click on the more template. Then here the Kanban Scrum is will be available here. So here in this session, we are going to discuss about the Scrum, right? So I will just simply click on the Scrum here. So here I will give the my application name. So I just simply give the online job portal application. See, then after that, I simply click on the create. See, select from some tools. Now will be help you connect them later. So I don't want to this any tools. If you want to add any tools, if these tools are helpful to you in your project, it's any recommended in your company. So at that time you have to use these tools. But here I don't want to use any of these tools. Just I simply skip these tools. See,
So by these tools, we communicate to our internal stakeholders.
sorry, it's completely depends upon this company. It's, some companies will use a different tool. So at that time you have to use the tools. But in this
No,
session,
my question is that that these tools are connect to our team members, like developers and Scrum Master and all.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, guys, this is the interface of the Jira tool. See, here we have an different options will be there, features will be there. Your work. See, this is my latest project. These are the previous project. If you want to check your previous project, see, this is this new project, and this is my previous project. If you want to filter any projects here, you can just filter. I here there is no projects here. And the dashboards, if you want to, after completing the project, if you want to create any dashboards, you can create the dashboards here. Peoples, if you want to invite your team into the Jira tool, like we have a development in Scrum Master product, everyone you have to invite in the this tool. You can just simply click on the people and invite your team. So these are the apps. If you want to add any external apps to this application, then you can add the apps. And this is the interface of the Jira tool. So here we have a roadmap. So what is this roadmap? In the waterfall, we call as an everyone will know as Gantt chart, right? So in the Jira tool, the roadmap we call as an to track the overall the project. See here, if you want to track the daily basis, you can just simply click on the today. Then if you are after completing this project, you can see, you can get this all the information here. See, like this you have to weeks, today, weeks, monthly, quarterly, like this you have to track your project, the complete project. Roadmap is providing the feature that help the business goals and that to track the progress on the macro level. From the macro level, you have to track the all the this project, and you have to plan and work to maximize your resources in this roadmap. Everything you have to check in this and track to track your process. So, and then coming to this backlog. So now we are going to understand about this tool, how to we create then user stories. And coming to this board, in this board, whatever the task we have to complete it. For example, if your task is pending in the progress, we have to add this task into the in progress. And if a task is completed, then we have to add into this done stage. Then after that, the reports will be created. So first I am going to create some user stories here. Guys, in the Jira tool, we are going to call as an user stories and the issues. So first I'm going to create the issues. If you want to start the sprint, make sure you have to create the 3 user stories into the each sprint. Make sure it's a compulsory to start the sprint in the minimum 3 user stories. So first I'm going to start with some few user stories here. First I'm going to start with the register. So first I'm just click on the create issue. So here I am writing a user story here. The syntax of a user stories is as a I want so that. Here, here I will write a one user stories here first for the register. As a job seeker, I want to register into the job portal so that I can create my profile and apply for jobs. After completing the one user story, you can simply click on the enter. Then you have to create the second user story. So in the second user story, I will create one user story for the login as a register job seeker. I want to log in into a job portal so that I can access my profile and apply for new jobs.
Can we generic this statement apply for new job is replaced as a services that I can access my profile and use services?
Yeah, you can at that, you can practice time, you can do that time at that time. Okay. And I'm going to create the user story for the search. As a job seeker, I want to search for job postings in the job portal so that I can find relevant job opportunities based on my experience and skills. Guys, here I will create 3 user stories. I will add a few user stories for your example. User stories is one and under user story 2, user story 4, user story 7, user story 8. See,
This
here
is product backlog or sprint backlog?
this is a product backlog. All these user stories I will gather from this product backlog. Okay.
So it is mentioned in the headline that it is a backlog.
Yes,
So
product backlog.
is there anything written which is segregated that it is a product backlog or it is a sprint backlog?
No, after completing this product backlog, so you wait for this sprint backlog. Okay. After completing this product backlog, so I want to prioritize the 3 user stories and I want to start this with the first 3 user stories, so that I simply select this and drag into the sprint backlog. So you can first select this one and you can simply drag into the sprint backlog. Then I can first select it and you can simply drag into here.
Where we can add here epics here.
Sir, can you please do it again, starting up when you add a first in a sprint backlog? I want to see where it is showing in sprint backlog.
Okay, wait. See, this is the sprint backlog. Okay, this is the sprint. If you want to start,
It
the sprint,
automatically comes whenever
no.
we have.
We want to drag into this. Just as you can just click on this.
No. This check box which is written in just above of this backlog, that is sprint. It is automatically come after adding these all features.
Yes, it automatically. We have to write these user stories, everything in the manually.
No. We have written the user stories in backlog. After that, you are adding these one user story to the sprint backlog. So the above thing, the above checkbox automatically come after that.
No. We want to add that.
How?
See, first we have to select this user story and you can simply drag this one like this.
Oh, he's saying that, sorry, that Postpace sprint 1 is there, no, that will be there by default.
Yes.
Sprint 1 already we created, right? So it's in the default. We have to add into this sprint 1 all the user stories.
Sir, how you have created that sprint 1? It was how it was created.
After completing the sprint, first wait to let me complete the sprint. Then after that, we have to come into the sprint everything.
Sir, I will not understand if you will complete, because if I don't know how you have created this OJPA sprint 1 section, then how I'll understand.
This is my application name. This is my application name.
So that's why I'm asking how you created in the beginning.
Default.
See here initially when moving to the Jira tool, I will give an online job portal name, right? This is the name here, online job portal application.
Okay.
This is automatically will created here for the first sprint. This is the
No,
project
that
name.
OJPA full form I know, sir. My question is different. My question is that when we are on a backlog and we are just writing the user story in backlog,
Mhm.
then we are dragging one user story in this checkbox of OJPA sprint 1.
Yes,
So
yes.
this sprint 1, the heading, how it comes? Will it come automatically or by default?
Automatically.
Okay, fine.
Then after that, you can simply select this user stories. Then you can simply drag into this sprint. Again, you have to select this one. You can simply drag into here.
So now this is a sprint backlog.
Yes, yes. So here I will add the three user stories here. After adding the 3 user stories, you can simply activate this epic panel. See, here you have to activate this epic panel. After adding this epic panel, we have to first, I will give you the phrase of the first one is register, second one is the login, and third one is the stretch. So first I will create an epic here. For example, register. Then just simply click on the enter. Then after that, login. Then after the stretch. These are the 3 user stories I want to create here. Then after that, you can simply close this one. Then you can just click on the start sprint. Here you have to start with a sprint. You can simply just click on the start sprint. See here the sprint name. If you want to change the sprint name, you can change the name. Automatically it will be coming to the sprint name. If you want to replace that name, you can replace that name. See here the duration. Basically in the most of the software industries will use the duration of the sprint is the 2 weeks. So here the customers will be there. So if you want to change that in the week, 1 week, 2 weeks, we can simply click on the 2 weeks. See automatically this end date is automatically closed. If you just simply click on this custom, here you have to change the manually. So if I want to change this date, so you can I just simply check on the manually. If you want to check the end date, you can check this manually. Everything you have to check in the manually by the custom. So if you just click on this sprint in the 2 weeks, automatically the end date is closed. See here the sprint is start date is 3/19/2023 and 11:41 a.m. So automatically this end date is closed. When we are clicking on the custom, but we have to everything is we have to do in the manually. Okay. So I don't want to set up any sprint to the time. So this is for the example, right? So just here I'm writing the sprint goal is.
Sir, suppose by any means, if the team or we cannot complete this sprint within this stipulated time, then in that scenario, what will happen in this project?
We have to rework on that particular user story in the same sprint.
No, on
after completing the sprint.
Okay.
Then here you have to write the to deliver the I'm writing the sample here to deliver sprint. So just example say sprint goal to deliver the sprint. Just after that, I simply click on the start. See after click on the start, automatically these user stories will be added into this board. This is the storyboard. Here they automatically added into the storyboard. So here I want to write this user story for the acceptance criteria, everything. So first I simply just click on this user story. So here I want to write the acceptance criteria for this login page. So open home page. Then click on login.
What is acceptance criteria?
So acceptance criteria is a software that must be satisfied of the user story. For example, if we are writing the login page, see here I will write in the acceptance criteria. You can follow this one. First we have to open the home page. Then after that, click on the login page. Then enter the details like email ID,
credentials.
Yes, email and password. And if the email ID, if the user is not registered, it will be error message.
Sai, I'm not understand. User not register error message. When it will come?
Sorry.
If you already register in job portal, so user not register error
So
message.
if the user is not if user is not registered, it will be showing the error message. So here the message will be showing that the user was not registered into the application. So that's the reason I'm writing here error message.
Okay.
User was not registered. When the user is not registered, automatically it will showing the error messages. So this is the acceptance criteria of this user story. After that, this user story we want to in the team. When we are using the Jira tool, we have a team, right? Development team, Scrum Master, everything. So if you want to assign this user story the particular person, at that time you can simply click on to the assign. So here no one is there. So I'm here I'm assigning my task only. So I just assign myself only here. I just simply click on Manish here, automatically will assign. Then after that, story point estimation. Guys, here the story point and complexity points both are the same. So these story points and complexity points will be calculated by the development team to the complexity of the user stories, the availability of the team. Based on that, the team will calculate this story point. So here my user stories, I will give the story point of this user story. I will give the 5. Then after that, after giving the story point, then I simply click on the right mark. Then after that, we have to save this one. See, you can simply just click on the save. See, here this one is completed.
Sir, why have you wrote 5 in story point estimate?
So when we are calculating the story points, we have an poker cards, right? So at that time, we have to give the values. It's a completely depends on the complexity of the user stories and availability of the team. All this estimation will be calculated in the story point estimation. For example, my highest value is 10. So I will give this user story for the value is 5. Okay, this will be decided by in this development team in the sprint planning meeting.
Hello. So I have one question. In the acceptance criteria, we need to always give this 4 points, or it depends on the.
It depends.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Then after that, I will close this one. Again, I am going to open the one is the register. Same here, I am going to write this acceptance criteria. Same here, open the home page. Guys, here I'm writing just a sample for your understanding. Home page.
So to every user story, we have to write the acceptance criteria.
Yes, definitely have to write the acceptance criteria. Open home page. Then registration screen.
What are the other options like attach, add issue, link?
Registration screen. And text input option. Then after that, I will enter the email email ID.
With different user stories, we have different acceptance criteria.
Yes. Email ID and password. So I will create the sample acceptance criteria here. After that, same. If you want to assign this user story some your team, so you can at that time you have to assign to. So I don't want to adjust assign myself only here. Then after that, I will give the story point estimate here the 9 for this one. Then after that, I can simply click on this.
Normally, to whom these user story will assign in a project?
See, when we are when we are prioritizing user stories in the sprint planning meeting, so the product owner will the development team will decide. The development team also involved. So, but the development team will work on these user stories. All the team will all the Scrum Master and development team, everyone will access these stories, but the acceptance criteria will give the product owner. This acceptance criteria will write the product owner basically.
Then, so what is the role of business analyst in this Jira tool?
In this Jira tool, the Scrum Master, the business analyst will to track the progress of the project. Okay.
So we do not write to like make these user stories. We do not need to work on this software. Is it right?
Yes. See, after completing these user stories, I just want to drag into this done state because of these user stories are completed. This one is completed and this one is completed. And this
So
one
this is known as definition of done.
yes, exactly.
And what is definition of ready?
A definition of ready is nothing but after completing the each sprints, if you want to start the next sprint user stories, that compulsory met the client expectation. At that time, we are called as a definition of the ready.
So sometimes interviewer ask what is definition of done. So can we say the same thing that when the user story is ready to use, that is a definition of done?
Yes. Then after that, this user story is the
Sir, I have a
progress.
question.
Yes.
Yeah. So as you mentioned earlier, this will be done by Scrum Master, right? But sometimes when we get the requirements, you mentioned we don't have to do anything apart from tracking this, right? But in the user stories, even we have to give the requirements, right?
No. See, when the initially the product owner will whatever the product backlog, have to gather all the requirements into the product backlog. In the sprint planning meeting, we are all the prioritize the requirements there. Okay. After that, in the sprint planning meeting, the development team also involved. So at that time, the team will decide which one is you work on the particular user story.
No, sir, I'm not saying that. I'm asking, you said we don't have to do anything in entering the requirements in these user stories. But I think it's our job to enter user stories after gathering the requirements, if I'm right.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Then we track it because it's ultimately us who gets the requirements. If we are eliminating the documentation part, I think these days they
Yes.
directly
Because of the we are using the Jira tool to track all the progress without the documentations.
Yes. So sometimes even requirements are directly fed into these individual stories.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. After completing this, I will add the 3 user stories in the done state and 1 user stories in the progress. So after completing this, my 1 sprint is completed. So after that, I simply just click on the complete sprint here. See, just simply click on the complete sprint. Complete sprint.
So I have a question. Can I ask you right now?
Yes, please.
So when we get requirements and we create user stories for them. So let's say if we created 40 user stories for requirement.
Your voice is breaking.
Now I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, let's say if we get a requirement and we create around 40 user stories, because that's how the the numbers would be. So 40 user stories are there. So while writing the user stories, we'll allocate them to the developer, or we'll simply put it in the product backlog and later on it will be assigned to the developers. So there will be around, let's say, 4 to 5 developers there in case it's a small project. Then later on it would be designated to the respective developers, or at the time of writing the user stories will be up to the developers.
Yes, Shalini, your voice is breaking. I'm not unable to hear your voice.
So now am I audible?
See, after completing the sprint, for example, if you're starting the 1 sprint, we have to add the 3 user stories 1 sprint, right? So all this development team will work on the first 1 sprint only. First, the development team will work on the 1 particular sprint. After completing the 1 sprint, then after that, the development team will work on the 2nd sprint. Same, that the process is the same.
Let me take in that way. If we have 40 user stories in 1 product backlog, and we decide to take 3 user stories in each sprint. Now, my question is ahead of it. While writing the user stories, we decide which developers are assigned, or it's decided at this stages when we get into sprint.
Whatever the 40 user stories we add into the product backlog. After completing these each user stories, we have adding into the sprint backlog. So after that, first the development team will work on this. Then after that, we have to add into this. We have to product refinement meeting. In the product refinement meeting, we have to filter the user stories for the next sprint.
Okay, so when we have a sprint and we take it and the developers works on it, all developers works on those 3 user stories?
Yes.
Some of them will work on a particular story.
All the developers will work on the each sprint, each user story.
It will be a teamwork of the developers towards each user story.
Yes, it's a teamwork.
So when you like right now, when you was creating a user story and there was a drop-down box where you have to put the assignee name, you put your own name. So when we are as a professional, when we are doing those user stories, we should assign it to somebody, or we should leave it blank that sprint team will decide at the time of picking it whom to assign.
No,
We have
at that time, the availability of the team who are available at that time. So at that time, we have to allocate it for that user story particular person.
But while writing the user story, we are not aware, na, which team is free, because that will be decided after during the sprint.
No, that's the reason we are giving the complexity point, right? Here, the story point, the availability of the team. So that's the reason we are giving the velocity of the team. If the member is not available at that particular time to working on that project.
I think we are talking in a different direction, sir. My thing is that while writing a user story, I came here, I wrote a user story in a text box, right? And then on a side boxes, drop-down box, you went and you assigned it to yourself only, Manish. Right? So is it mandatory to put a Manish name or leave it blank? What I'm asking.
It's for example, just I am only the one person to log in into the Jira tool. So that's the reason I'm just here. The no one is added into the Jira tool. So that's the reason I'm mentioning them myself only. So if the anyone will be added into this Jira tool, if the team member, all the team members will be added in the Jira tool. If you want to assign that user story the particular person, automatically the drop down is automatically the names will come. So at that time you have to assign that particular person.
But you told me that during the sprint, all the developers works on user story. So how we can assign it to one single person?
That's the reason we have a different developers, right? We have to work on the in the each sprint we have to work on the different developers. For example, I want for the developer 1 will work on the login page, developer 2 will work on the register page, developer 3 will work on the stretch page. Like that, we have to assign the task to the each person.
So it will be a product owner who will be deciding the which developer will work on which task, or it's the Scrum Master will be deciding?
No. It's a decide the development team.
Decided by the development team who will work for which department.
Okay, Shalini, first let me complete this one. Then after that, I will explain your doubts. Okay, first just the 10 minutes will left will this session.
Sure, sir,
So after that, I will explain everything.
Sure, sir, sure.
Okay. After completing that, automatically this will be coming into this backlog. Then after that, board. See, in this board, there is no will be available. For that, we have to open the project settings if you want to see the reports. So for that, we have to select the project settings here. Then after that, click on the features. Then after that, I want to activate the reports. So here I want to activate the reports. Then I go back. See, I'm just to click on the reports here. See, if you want to check the sprint burn down chart here. So I want to check the sprint burn down chart. See, here the chart is open. So if you want to check that graph, so see, this is the because of the one user story is pending in the one sprint. So that's the result will be showing on the this downside from the this issue count to the from the date. Okay, like that you have to check the charts. See, cumulative flow chart. See, if you want to check the done state, if you just enable this or disable this one progress, automatically it will move into the next one. If you want to activate this, it will be showing here the done state, whatever the task we have done to do. There is no one is a to do. And velocity report. See, this is the complexity of the team. See, completed the 14. Like that, you have to check this sprint burn down chart and product burn down charts. And coming to the go back here, you have to check in the backlog. See, here the
Sir, I have one doubt. Where we can see the product burn down chart here?
No, the product burn down chart we are not seeing in this Jira tool. We are going to see only the sprint burn down chart.
Okay, but in project they're asking for burn down chart and sprint
they're
product burn down chart.
They're asking the burn down charts here. The burn down reports here. We have different burn downs reports here. This is the total. This is the total project burn down report. But in this Jira tool, we are not mentioning the word the product burn down chart. In this Jira tool, we mention the name that is the sprint burn down chart. But the name we are not mentioning the product burn down chart. We just to mention the name that is the burn down report.
Okay, so this is the report we are
exactly.
asking in the question paper, right?
Yes, exactly.
Second project.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and can you please show me the sprint burn down chart? How you have prepared it?
Okay, just simply click on the sprint burn down chart. For example, after completing this project, all this project is completed. Then you can simply click on this project settings. You can just simply click on this project settings. Then after that, go to the features. Then after that, reports. See, already I activated this reports option. So we have to disable this one, and then again you have to enable this one. Then you can go back. Then we can go back. Then after that, moving to click on the reports. Under the reports, we have different reports here. So you can select the sprint burn down chart if you want to get the sprint burn down chart. See, I simply just click on the sprint burn down chart. The report is activated here. It will be showing.
Okay, but when I trying this sprint burn down chart, I can't in this Jira tool, that line has not appearing in my chat.
I think I think you are doing some mistake anyway, like where you're not giving the complexity points or something. You can cross check one it's after completing this session. Okay.
Okay.
I think once you can go through the cross check all this and whatever where we are missing.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Again, we have to go back this roadmap. See, guys, in this roadmap, we have to check this progress of this project. See, today, weeks. You have to just move into this automatically. The blue color option will be there. See, this is completed. This is completed. So everything we have to add in this each sprint in this 3 user stories, monthly, quarterly, like that. Just in this session, we are going to add the one sprint. So we are showing this roadmap here. Everything will be showing here. If you want to add any user stories, any sprints, automatically it will be reflected into this roadmap. Then we can move into the backlog here. See, here the one user story is pending, 2 is done. This is one progress. See, this is in progress. This is a to do. We have to do it. Okay.
So on board, three dashboards are there. To do, in process, and done. You just create on to do and drag it onto that done field. How can we come to know that is it done or it's in progress? It will done automatically.
No,
we have to.
that we can track in the roadmap. So that we can track in the roadmap here. Today, weeks, likewise, you have to track in the date. Today, the 19th date, right? Today, we have completed this user story.
No, you said we put the user stories, everything. How can we come to know that the developers are already these stories in progress or completed or done? How can we?
First, we have to status category, right? If like that, if you just simply click on this one as well as this one as well as this one as well, you have to activate this one. So if you don't want to activate this one, you can simply just click on the date, particular date. If you want to choose the category wise, for example, you just activated this done, progress, to do. Automatically, this chart is activated here. See, because of this is completed. This task is.
Yeah, that completed. How we sure that this task is completed by the developer?
Sai, I'll answer this question, Sai.
Okay.
When somebody has asked this question, let's assume a user story is assigned to you, right? How do you know the work is completed? Somebody who just asked the question.
Yes, that's what.
How do you know?
When
You
the
know,
stage
because
has
it
been
is
changed
assigned
in
to-
progress to done.
No. Forget about changing the progress. A task is assigned to you, right, Akhilesh and Sheikh? How would you know the task is completed? Because you are working
he's
on it.
asking from the developer side. Actually, developers.
Developer only. Let's assume you are a developer, Akhilesh, and a task is been assigned to you. As a developer, when you are working on the task, you would only know, right, what is the status of the user story. According to your availability, you will change it. Now you feel that the task is completed, then change it into done.
Yes.
Okay, these are managed by developers.
Not developer, and any user story that is assigned to that.
Okay, then it's fine.
Suppose as a Scrum Master or as a product owner, I have assigning this to developer, then developer change the stage that has been done.
That is it. Because it is his responsibility to complete the user story. My job is to give it to you, do it in the completed sprint duration and give it to me back.
Actually, we are not getting, we both are not getting that whether the coder or the developer has been developed the thing, and how would we know? So the answer is that he has updated the user story in this system of Jira tool.
Jira is a project tracking tool. Okay, here we are only tracking the project, guys. Please understand.
Okay.
So when you're tracking the project, you will be only be viewing what is happening to the status of the user stories. Okay, so this is what we are doing here.
And suppose, ma'am, if I want to check it, that whether it has been, suppose the developer has updated the user story, that it has been done. And as a Scrum Master, as a product owner, I want to check it whether it has been done or not in system. So how would the
Log in.
mean to say the system?
Log into Jira, Akhilesh. When you are working in your project, you have to log in every day.
No, Jira will only know the only tell us the tool, which is tracking tool, whether the job has been done or not. So if I want to check whether developer has been developed this user story or not,
then you're changing the status no to done. That means developer has completed.
Akhilesh, developer
Yeah,
will actually mention the comment on the here. Then only it will show. Okay. So their job
If
to
at all
update.
the developer has completed the user story, the developer will change the status from in progress to come done. No, Akhilesh.
okay, fine.
That means he will
I
know
think
it.
Achilles. Okay, I think Achilles' question was like how to cross check the.
Yes.
Log into Jira. That is what I'm saying, right?
Or that there is a testing team is there.
Let me finish, guys. Let me finish. Please don't talk among each other, please. So here, but what Akhilesh is asking is how would I know? So as Sai just told, you have to go to the roadmap and you can check from here. If you go to Sai, if you can go to roadmap, Sai once. If you go to roadmap, you will know the status of it. See, Akhilesh, can you see this here?
Yes, ma'am.
This is where you will know. Or if you want to know about a specific user story, come to the board and you can know it from there. But definitely you need to log into Jira only to understand the status.
I know. Okay. Jira is a tracking tool. Suppose there is a login system where a username and password has been written and the system has been logged in this one user story. So if I want to cross check whether the system is working or not, so is it possible by this tool?
No. Okay. That is UAT testing you're talking about.
So it comes after that. I know the
here
UAT
we are
process.
only talking about managing the project.
Yes.
Let me finish,
Now I understand. Here we only, the arbitrage. I mean to say the what I tell.
Can you use a simple word, Akhilesh?
Only just the tracking tool will developer will update that I have done this. So we cannot cross check it in the system before the UAT process.
If you want to see if the user story is running or not, you need to do UAT testing and another testing server.
Okay, fine. Now I.
Yeah.
Here we only have to trust on the developer that it has been updated in the Jira tool. So he is telling truth that he has updated.
He will, or else he will lose his job.
Okay, fine. Got it. Please proceed.
Guys, any other questions that you have?
Yeah, and I have one question. You said this is a tracking tool for team. So as a team member, I'm working on some project and I have stated that this is done. So how the person can check which is I have completed only in this project? Like how he can access to that?
You have projects here, no? If you can see the projects option there, you will know all the projects that your team is working on currently.
Okay, so this is the only team members can view this project, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay, Sai, yeah.
Ma'am, I have one question. How can we split the user story? Means, is there any, button or something like that to split?
You split the user story in a product backlog, Ankita.
Okay.
You don't split the user story once it is in the sprint. So before it comes to the sprint, if you want to divide it, please do that in the product backlog, and then accordingly you'll prepare the sprints.
but let's say it has already pulled in the sprint 2, and then I have to, split it in any case, whether the work has not been completed or some, some.
I got it. I got it.
Yes.
Ankita, then what you'll do is you'll start a new sprint. Parallel another sprint you can start.
Okay, so I'll start sprint 3, and there I'll drag that user story, and then again I have to rewrite it, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Madam, what is the use of the
I have just one question.
1 minute, 1 minute. Let him finish. Someone's asking a question, right? Let him finish.
Yeah, actually, there is a points are mentioned, 5 points, 9 points. What is the use of that?
Which points?
I mean, in between, we can allocate some points. I didn't get that.
Story point he has seen on.
Story
point, I think.
At the time of assigning.
I wanted him to say, guys, please don't talk among each other, please, guys. Those story points are your complexity points. That is nothing but the effort of a developer.
No, I'll answer this. There is a
No,
poker
Akhilesh.
card.
Akhilesh, let me answer.
Okay.
Yes. Karthikeyan.
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
So it is basically the complexity points, Karthikeyan, which means that a developer's effort is estimated in this user story. Those estimated effort is calculated by a story point. Okay.
Is there any use in the end of the Scrum?
End of the Scrum, end of the
I mean, if one collected more than 100 or some points, he will get.
It is only to calculate your complexity points, Karthikeyan. I want you to go through the material once, please, because it's a very important concept. Go through the material once and then read, and then please come back.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
I have one question.
Naren. I think Nihar has raised his hand. Naren.
Yeah, ma'am. Hi.
Yes, Nihar.
Ma'am, let's assume we are on the sprint 2, okay? And our sprints will end in the 16th April. And we are in the 15th April. And some of the tasks will be still remain in sprint 2. But from the 17th of April, we have to start in sprint 3. So in that moment, what we can do with the remaining those user stories have remained in sprint 2.
You will put them back in the product backlog, Nihar, and you will start a new sprint.
So so that time will be effect in the sprint 3. Then what about that? Because we have already some stake of the planning for in the sprint 3.
We have no other choice because that is inefficiency of the team, right? Just a second, guys.
Yeah, ma'am. So my still point is that what about those remaining user stories in remain in the sprint 2?
You will put them in the product backlog. That's what I'm saying, right? You will put them in the product backlog.
Okay, and then we when it will be then covered in at the end of those all sprints. Or
No, it will be covered depending on the importance of that user story. It will be covered in the next sprint.
Okay, and those all things will be defined or finalized by the project manager, right?
No, depends on the product owner.
But it hampers the deadline.
I'm sorry?
But it hampers the deadline of the project.
Why will it hamper? Parallel, you can run multiple sprints, no? Shalini, can you please lower your hand? Nihar, if your question is answered, please lower your hand.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, Naren.
Yes, actually, my question is like, the product backlog is decided by the product owner. Is it like our whole team will decide?
Product backlog is a list. Is a list of user stories. It is not decided by anybody. It is just created by the Scrum team, and product owner will prepare the acceptance criteria in it. Definitely, it is a product owner's priority, a product owner's list only. The reason being, he is the one who is giving us the requirements, right, guys? Right? So, product owner, he is the one who will handle the product backlog. Simple.
Okay. So, like in the first sprint, what are the product backlog need to pick up for the first sprint? Who will decide? Product owner will decide that one?
The Scrum team. Scrum team will
Scrum
decide.
team,
The
whole
product
Scrum.
owner is a priority here.
Okay, Scrum team. So is there any criteria we need to follow to
Yeah,
complete
MVP,
the
minimum
okay,
viable
minimum
product,
viable product?
Moscow.
Okay. So suppose in first sprint, the whatever the criteria, what the features is required to complete, those are not get completed by the development team or the whole team. So it will move forward to the next sprint, I think so. And if within the
No,
next sprint also,
it will be pulled back to the product backlog, Naren. Depending
okay,
on
it
the
will be
priority, it will be pulled into the sprint again. Second sprint, fourth sprint, all depends on the priority of that user story.
so whatever the estimated time we mentioned, so that one will get varied because the completion time is get changed. Whatever estimated time they have decided, that
Again,
will
the
get
development team will estimate.
okay. Okay, suppose they means most of the time the deliverables like within that time period need to complete those sprint and all. So definitely, if those changes are happening or developer is not able to deliver within the time frame, then there will be buffer time already they have taken, I think so, or it will create a problem to product owner to face to client like why it not to get delivered within that time frame.
Definitely, it
This
will
kind
be a inefficiency of the project only. The reason being, definitely questions will be raised from that.
okay.
Okay.
So in that
Okay.
critical situation,
Go ahead.
how to handle the product owner? Like suppose it got
Product
delayed
owner,
and
everybody has to handle it. Is not one person's role anyways, Naren. Everybody together will do this one because it's a teamwork. If team is unable to deliver, team should be able to answer.
okay.
In that case, we have to work on Saturday and Sunday also.
Yes. Okay. Hrithik.
Yes, ma'am. Can I demonstrate like how we can create 2 sprints at a single time? And can we like link 2 tickets, like 2 tickets or tasks based on the subtask? How can we create subtask in this? Like how it?
Subtasks we can't create here in Jira. We can't do all that, Hrithik, because Jira has very few limitations for sure. You can't connect and all that. You can attach multiple dependencies, but you can't attach the subtasks.
Okay. There was a field in the ticket like for the subtask. So will it create a different task below the same thing
Just
or?
check once, Hrithik, just check once at your end as well. See if you're able to do anything. Just create some ifs and buts with yourself and just check once.
Okay. And then can I demonstrate like how 2 sprints can be created at the same time?
2 sprints, you just have to drag to this thing, right? See, once you start your sprint 1, you can start your sprint 2 in Jira.
Actually, I started sprint 1. Then suppose if I go to backlog, then I can have option for sprint 2, right? The
Yes.
automatic.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, next. Who's next? Payal.
Yeah, hi ma'am. So I want to understand like sprint is a bunch of users story, right? Where we do that task. So suppose I'm done with the one sprint, right? I'm done with that 5 tasks and I'm shifted to second one and then I get the change request for the user story which are included in my sprint 1. So how we can tackle that thing?
Please add those changes to the product backlog and you start a new sprint.
So it will count in our second sprint, right?
Not compulsory, Payal. The reason being everything has to be based on your priority basis only.
Okay.
So if your user story is prioritized, then definitely in sprint 2 or else other sprints.
Okay, and once we receive the change request and it is a valid one that we have to do that changes after analyzing. So who will be responsible to prioritize that change request will be done in which
only, Payal.
Scrum team. Okay, got it.
Nothing will change here. Please understand, nothing is going to change here. Everything is same. Just that you'll only have to prioritize, just like what you have to done the previous one. Same thing.
Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Praveen, please.
Hi, ma'am. My doubt is that the user story is it created by the business analyst or is it being drafted by the Scrum Master? My
User
first query.
stories can be created by anybody, Praveen.
Okay. Okay. And my second
Depending
query
on the
is
technical, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. And my second query is, are most of the software companies they use only the Jira software means the project management tool, or actually is it is it company specific means the type
Company
of project
specific.
management tool?
Company will select, Praveen.
Okay. Thank you.
Shalini, do you have any questions? Okay. Yes, Himanshu.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, my question is how complexity points work, means how we give each and like for any user stories a complexity point to the team, means the value for the complexity point.
How do we give the value?
Mhm.
Complexity points value. You have to calculate that based on the development team. The development team will use multiple techniques, Himanshu. Using those
Yeah,
techniques, they'll calculate.
yes, there are the poker table techniques.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
but how it works?
For how it works, you
Because ultimately in Jira we have to issue that points to
it
each
is
and
not a
every
business
member.
analyst role at all, Himanshu. That is a
Mhm.
complete role of a development team. As a business analyst, they'll give us a number and we have to put that number there. That's it. How are they calculating? Which technique they're using? Nobody has to worry about.
That actually
No,
depends
ma'am.
on the
Actually, so it's not like
effort.
I'm not talking about who will take the efforts or
No, the technique also is everything is handled within the team. The development team, within the development team only they'll calculate.
so,
And they'll give us a
like
final number.
no. See, on a poker table, everyone will yeah, this task I'll get like give you 9 points. For this task I'll give you 8 points. But who'll do it? The
Development team.
developer himself do it.
Yeah, development team.
Okay, development team do it.
Team will do it.
Mm. Mm. And then I think this is not actually company works. Maybe the development team will not issue himself the points. Sometimes BA need to do it.
I'm sorry.
In an organization, sometimes developer won't do it. Business analyst himself to do this.
Why
To
will a
like
business
issue
analyst
this.
do it, Himanshu? Because it is technical points. Why will a business
Your voice is not. I'm unable to hear your voice. Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
जवान भी दिख रहा हो एक सीन के लिए उसका नाम दुला बन दिख रहा था जवान भी दिख रहा हो उसमें अरे दुला क्या
Guys, please mute
ऐसे
yourself.
एकदम बैक स्टेज
I think there's some connection interruption.
Yeah, I think some issues are no connection. So Himanshu, what was your question actually? If you can repeat once.
Yeah, definitely. It's about in most of the organizations, CP points was given by BA only, not
Hello,
by
Manshu.
developer. Mhm, mhm.
Please ask your question.
Yes, that I'm asking right now.
Repeat your question.
If I wanted to give an a CP point by using some poker table or anything, how would I give it?
In Jira, are you writing about the Jira tool, right?
Yeah, Jira tool, because see, whatever your giving the demonstration over here. This same concept, like I miss my colleague, one of the colleague is a BA, so one of the friend, not colleague. So he has shown me some Jira tool how it works. So the demonstration that we have given you here is somewhat different to what I've seen. So I'm a bit confused. Okay.
Yeah, Imanshu.
I mean, UI may be different. I'm not telling you.
Okay, I can understand your question. So most of the organization will use the paid subscription of the Jira tool. So at that time, all the features will be activated. So
correct. I've seen more than
yes,
enough features over
yes,
there.
yes.
That's
For this is Jira tool, for your understanding, this is a free tool, free version. So that's the reason maybe all the features will not activated. When we are buying the feature of the subscription, at that time, all the features will be activated. So Jira is a lot amount of the features will be in the Jira.
okay. Okay. So while asking him, he went to some site poker tables site website, and over there he has like the points whichever comes from each and every developer. He put there and get an average and add into his user story.
Yes, yes.
So he did something like this. Okay, I didn't remember everything.
See,
But I've
for
seen
calculating the BV and CP values, different companies will use a different technique. So, like some companies use the T-shirt size, some companies shoe size, some companies will use the Fibonacci series. It depends upon the company to companies.
Okay.
Okay.
Sai sir, I have one question.
Yes, yes.
Sir, this Jira tool which we are like talking about here is only a tool to track the project, that what is the progress of the project, like it's done or it's not done. Is it for that?
Yes, yes, yes. It's a completed tracking the project.
Okay. So as a BA, what would be exactly our role in this BA, to track the project, or these sprints, whatever we are making, or this backlog is also our part?
To track the project.
Only to track the project in
Yes,
this Jira. We
Yes.
need not to make any sprint or any
No.
backlog and all.
After developmenting team, we're creating the status in the like done to do in progress. So everything will the business analyst will track the progress of the project. Based on that, the business analyst will make the reports and send to the product owner.
Okay, so we can track the project on this particular report section, right?
Yes,
which
yes,
you have mentioned.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So
Thank
then
you.
who will maintain those all backlogs and sprint backlogs?
Sorry?
Who will maintain those backlogs and sprint backlogs?
Hold the Scrum team.
Like, so
here
to be specific, like who?
For example, the Scrum here, the Scrum team here, the product owner, development team. See here, the option will be the people's, right? So in this people's option, we are adding the Scrum master and the product owner, and the product owner here is a decision maker. The product owner, everything will be monitored, but he is the decision maker. For example, if you want to start the sprint, if the sprint is started, if you want to start the sprint, you have to took the decision from the product owner, because of he is the give the BV value, business value of that particular user story. He is the decision maker of the project, because of he is gathered all the requirement. He is the owner of this project, right?
Okay, so it means, sir, whatever we have to get documented, or like whatever the functional requirement, non-functional requirement we have maintained in the FRAD document. So using of that, they make those user stories and put it down in this Jira tool.
Exactly. In this waterfall model, we are maintaining the RTM. In this, coming to this agile methodology, we are going to create the product backlog. Okay.
And which is extracted from the FRAD document or SRS.
Yes.
And sir, I have just one more doubt. So, so there is a section in progress, to-do list, and completed. So those can be, sir, customized, like in progress from the developer side or from the tester side, and then after done, and how it will be do.
You're asking about the sprint, right?
Yeah.
See, for initially starting the project from the product backlog, of starting the sprint planning meeting, after starting the sprint, after completing the each sprint, each sprint will be UAT testing by the testing team. So most of the companies will not call as a testers in the separate team. That these team also we call in the mixing with the development team. So this team will be divided into some 2 members will divided into testers. So remaining the team will be divided into developers. Like that, will maintain after completing the each sprint. The team will review the particular sprint, a particular user story by UAT testing for UAT testing.
So I think you're not getting my question. So actually, sir, if we start one sprint, okay, and the developer have done some work on that specific user story, then how we can know that if they whatever they have done is done from their side as a developer, or it will done from the tester side?
Okay, at that time, so in the Jira tool, everything will be added into the done in progress status. So
Okay,
automatically,
so in that progress status, we can split in the as a developer and then after tester.
Yes.
So that we can. Okay, so can you just show me how we can do those?
Already I show you, right? In this broader block, already I completed one sprint. If you want to add the sprint, again you have to create the one more sprint here. So I already created a reports. So which report do you want?
No, sir. I'm not asking for the reports. Like there isn't, sir. Right. Okay. It's an to do, in progress, and done. So in progress, the section, how we can know that it is completed from the or under processing under the development team or under the tester team. So those we can split in additional column. Hello, is I'm audible? Hello, guys, I'm audible.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
you
are
are
audible.
audible. Yes, you are audible. I
Yeah,
didn't want to say like.
Guys, already I have created here. So the recording is also available. So first I have to look into this recording. So make sure when we are practicing the Jira tool, make sure we'll get the questions, and at that time you have to watch the multiple recordings. If you have any doubts of overall the Scrum project and the Agile methodology, everything, so please attend the doubt clarification session.
So I have one question regarding this. We will get any case studies or not?
Currently you are in which stage in the nurturing process?
Yeah, I'm currently. What can you repeat this, sir?
In which stage in the nurturing process, objective exams or capstone projects?
No, just in objective, sir.
Okay, first you have to complete the objective exams. After that, we have an capstone projects and live project. At that time, you have to get the hands-on experience by using these tools.
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
I have one question.
Where we will get this recording?
In the library section.
Okay.
Yes, I have one question. Like in Jira tools, we can manage the work and we can track the progress of a work. So suppose some in a team they have created one project, just like you have created OJPA board, online job portal application. So within that means basically who creates, basically this is a product owner who will create the project first, and then the product owner will add the team members within this.
Yes.
So during the addition of those team members, is there anywhere they will differentiate the tester or developer, or they will keep all in the same fashion, or is there any access difference in between?
No,
Like
no.
developer has some sort of access.
No.
So anyone can change anyone's status. Like I'm the developer and another one is a tester. So tester can change the developer status, or developer can change the tester status. Is there any restriction specific?
No. There is no restriction.
There is no restrictions. Indeed, anyone can change anyone's status also.
No, first you have to is a decision maker of the product owner, and as well as based on that, the Scrum Master will prepare that changes.
Okay, so individual developer or tester can't change. Only the Scrum Master can change the state.
No. Everything you have to take the permission.
Okay, means they have the access to change, but they have to take an permission from
Yes.
Scrum Master.
Yes.
Then only can change it.
Yes.
Okay, so okay.
Sir, is the session over? Like we can leave?
Yes, the session is over. If you want to get the recording session, so this recording session is available in this library option. We can open that library section. You can get the recording.
Okay, sir.
For
Okay.
practicing purpose. So you will get the hands-on experience by the practicing of this tool.
Sir, where can we get under library? Where it is, sir? I couldn't get in library.
Under the library, have an online awareness session recording. Already name is also available. You can simply click on that name. SQL, Power BI, Tableau, everything is available in the sequence order.
So can I ask you that thing again that I was discussing earlier with you?
Who is Shalini, right?
Yes.
Yes, Shalini, please.
So see, starting from the starting, when we write a user story, let's say if we write 40 user story, and it's a small sprint where we have 4 to 5 developers, okay, small Scrum team. And after writing the 40, while writing the 40 user stories, each user stories while putting up an issue there, we in the product backlog, there is a whom to assign that story, right? There is a drop down box where we have to select the name. So we have to the product owner. BA is a product owner only, na, in Jira, right, sir? So the product owner have to select a particular name there, or he can leave blank, and later on in a sprint they can decide who will be taking that story. How it is, sir?
This visit completely depends upon the team. But the team will calculate this availability of the team. Then after that, whatever the team will assign the particular user story in the sprint planning meeting. So after adding the Jira tool, so automatically the names will be showing in the people, and the names will be shown. The availability, the member, for example, developer one is available for this sprint. The developer one is available for this user story. So that user story will be assigned for the particular developer.
Okay. Maybe once we started doing this, then real-time experience will enhance this work.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because I was just thinking when I will be when a BA or a product owner start writing the user story, it's a very initial stage, right, sir? The work would be starting from the scratch. That time all these developers are free. None of the developers are assigned with any work, right?
No. Developers are also involved in the every meeting, every task in this overall this project, because of the developers are doing the coding, right?
Okay.
So no one is free in this project. Everyone is working on.
Okay. Maybe whatever I'm saying, maybe I'll get a experience while doing work in that project. Then my doubts will get cleared instead of discussing it right now.
Yes, if you have any doubts, you can attend the doubt clarification session. No issues.
No, it was not about that. So okay, I'll use this tool and have hands-on experience here, sir. First, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Guys, the session is over. If you want to get this recording, you can get the recording in the library option. You can simply open the COPD's portal with your credentials, and you can simply click on the library option. In that library option, all the tools recordings is available. This Jira tool also. So you can simply click on that. You have to open your YouTube, then you can access this recording. Okay.
Sai sir.
Yes, please, Karthik.
Sir, they will. I mean, if one user story has created, sorry, sir, last query.
Okay.
One user story has started, they will get the notification through email or some way.
No. Everything in the Jira only.
Oh, okay, sir.
Sir, can you please explain backlog refinement ceremony?
Backlog refinement ceremony is nothing but, for example, your sprint 1 is completed, and you want to start the sprint 2. In this backlog refinement, same, the team will decide which user stories you want to start for the next sprint. So here the team will filter the user stories from the product backlog. For example, my first priority is the register, login, and the stretch option. So the second user stories I want to add for the job portal. So I want to add the employer, jobs, company. So these are the 3 features my second sprints I want to start. So in this second sprint, or in this refinement meeting, everything will be decided for the refinement. The user stories will be refined. Okay.
From the product backlog.
Yes, yes, from the product backlog. In the product backlog, we have hundreds of user stories, right? We don't know the which user stories we want to start.
Okay, but sir, here I'm just get one little confusion with that. So those all things we can done with the product refinement Scrum meeting. Okay, then what we can do in the sprint planning meeting then?
No, sprint planning meeting. In the sprint planning meeting, the team will decide the team will decide the give the BV value and CP value. The business the product owner will give the business value particular user story.
So it's will be within Fibonacci series.
Yes.
Okay, so in that will decide only how much time
Yes,
will
yes.
we get considered for the any specific the user story or that sprint, right? That will
Yes,
happen
yes.
in the only
Yes,
sprint planning meeting.
Yes, most of the companies will use all the complete in the sprint planning meeting only.
They don't have the product backlog refinement.
Yes.
Okay, so likely they have the merge those all things.
Yes, everything will do in this sprint planning meeting only the team, because of the product owner, scrum master, development team, SME will everything will available in this team this sprint planning meeting.
Okay, so the sprint planning meeting will happen before the sprint start. Like if the sprint will start in the on the Monday, then before on the Friday or Thursday we can do sprint planning meeting.
Yes.
Yeah. And what about the review meeting?
Review meeting after completing the each sprint. After completing the sprint, last one. After completing
but for that retrospective meeting, na?
No, retrospective meeting is the what you have done today, what you have done, what you have done is what are the challenges you have faced in this. Everything will be discussed in the retrospective meeting. This is the last meeting. The review meeting is after completing the sprint. These two meetings are the last two meetings in the after completing the sprint.
Okay, so can you please explain what happened in review meeting and what happened in sprint retrospective meeting?
Okay, in this review meeting, the team will, after completing the each sprint, the product owner will attend the sprint review meeting. The product owner review all the sprint. In this retrospective meeting, the team, for example, what are the challenges you have faced in this retrospective meeting? What are the tasks you did, and what are the challenges you faced? And through this retrospective meeting, the team will plan for the next sprint. What if they, for example, in the current sprint they are facing any problem, so in the next sprint the team will solve that issues. The team will not repeat that issues in the next sprint.
So can you give me any example, like in practical example?
For practical example, when you're doing an sprint, if you're facing some like issues from the, we have an issue from the other teams, like from the network admins, like other teams. So at that time, we have to work on that. In the retrospective meeting, we have to decide that we get the some problems from the other teams. So like not only I'm just example the other teams, we have some network issues, everything we have to consider as obstacles here.
Okay, so that will come under the sprint retrospective meeting.
Yes.
And whatever the challenges we have faced in the sprint, that will discuss in the sprint review meeting.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm going to end the session.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.